Welcome to Zone In Sports, your favorite spot for real talk, bold takes, and everything in the zone when it comes to sports. From hard-hitting analysis of the Miami Hurricanes football to the hottest stories across the sports world, we're bringing you that energy, passion, and a little bit of swagger, just like the U. So whether you're tailgating in the Coral Gables or arguing in the group chats or just vibing in your way to work, buckle up. You're in the zone with your host, D. Hamp.
Let's go! Hey, let's go, baby. Hey, check it out. When y'all come in this building, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. We finna get into this Miami TAMU. I ain't gonna even give them the respect to call them Texas A&M. I'm calling them TAMU. And we're gonna touch a little bit on the Bama Oklahoma game later on. And I don't even know if we should talk about this doggone Ole Miss game. But
yeah, we already know what this is. So.
All right. Hey, let's get it cracking, man. Hey, check it out. It was a lot of talking going on before the game from the A&M side. What's up there, Lord? It was a lot of talking. A lot of the linemen was talking, said they wasn't worried about Bain and the fellas. Kevin was saying that our line, our trenches, and I was trying to tell them how good the trenches was, and how will we know because they hadn't played. They only finished with 7 sacks. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. They only finished. So the point we were trying to make to him during the live was that it's a reason why you got these guys that played. Like I kept saying, like Nick Saban and those guys that were saying, like, hey, in the trenches, Miami built different. It's a reason why they saying that this is a scary team. People from the outside, because they played in the ACC, like we talked about backstage, didn't want to give them that credit coming in. So they kept their mouth shut. Mario had them boys locked in. Shout out to Corey Heatherman. I knew that defense was going to play. A little worried about the offense I was coming in, but I wasn't worried about the defense. Couple of blown plays. But what is your overall take coming in before you saw the game? What was your take before it and how you thought the game would go? Well, and for the guys out there, this is Lute, Penn State fan, very knowledgeable about football. What up there? What up, IMAX? Go ahead there.
I was going to say, I thought it was going to be a tough game. You know, I thought it was going to be a hard-nosed game. I thought it was going to be a little bit high scoring. I didn't think it was going to be 10-3.
Right.
But to be honest with you, Miami shocked me. They defense.
Okay.
They legit. They real.
Yeah. They try to tell you.
They shocked me. Texas A&M, like I told you before on the show, Texas A&M, if they came out like they played against Texas,
yeah,
what's going to happen to them? They played like they played against South Carolina that first half, but that was Miami's defense.
Yeah.
Didn't allow them to do nothing. I mean, shut them down. I mean, they had, 2 picks, a fumble?
Yeah. 2 picks, fumble.
What'd you say, 7 sacks, 5 sacks, 7 sacks?
7 sacks, yeah.
I mean, dude, that's...
I know it. Hey, look, I knew, man, look, at the beginning of the season, before we really dive into the numbers of this game, and I started putting some of these comments up, somebody already putting Miami, Ohio State predictions up. Hold on, we're going to get to that too. We're going to talk about that because before the season started, and we got to talking, me and Bigger Than E, about the addition of Corey Heatherman. And what he was, and him playing in the Big Ten, another X factor. He used to go out against Ohio State. So I knew he would bring a style more where they playing fast. Last year, they was more read and react. This year, they playing fast, physical. I mean, they hunting. So I knew he was going to make a difference in that. And I knew that on offensive side of the ball, they would be more balanced. Last year, they was out of whack. Cam was everything. It took a lot for our fans to understand that I ain't going to say we didn't want that style of offense. You need that balance, especially if you're going to go forward the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So You know, that's just one thing that I think a lot of people was a little bit upset about. And another thing I want to harken back to is that a lot of people's also Shannon Dawson. I was seeing a lot of stuff going on between the games. But hey, how was that A gap running today? That boy Fletcher was beasted, wasn't he? 172 yards, 73 yards, whatever he had. Come on, man.
172 on 15 carries.
Yeah, come on, man. Hey, look, them boys up front was eating, man. So the game started. It started off slow. And by the halftime, what was your thoughts of how the game was going?
By halftime, I was almost asleep. I mean,
a lot of people say it was a boring game, but look, I thought it was a defensive game. And a lot of times, like I say, now a lot of people don't see the defensive struggle. What's up, Larry?
Yeah, I mean, the missed field goals, that wind was blowing something terrible up in there.
Yeah,
I mean, but it was a defensive game. It was football. The old black and blue division of the NFC North. I mean, you had two good teams going at it, and you had the better team come out on top. So,
all right, we're gonna pull up the stats here. Yeah, so Carson Beck, he just had a pedestrian game, 14 to 20, 103 yards, 1 TD. Fletcher had 17 carries, 172 yards. Keelan Barrett had 3 receptions, 33 yards. Marcel Reed, which you touched on about, he was 25 of 39, 237, 2 interceptions. And, you know, I was listening to a lot of people talk. I think even you mentioned it, that, you know, they was a little worried with him throwing the ball. He did not look good throwing the ball.
No.
At all. He couldn't hit open guys, nothing. he looked bad.
if you look at a lot of his throws that he threw, even the interception at the end, he was throwing behind. It's like he didn't see the receiver. He was throwing it behind him, and everything was behind.
I think he had happy feet. I think he had happy feet. I just think that he just wasn't comfortable. Let me read some of these say real quick before we move on. They will never forget Bang name now, and TAMU running backs were saying they could run all over us like they did Missouri. We're not Missouri by far defensively. Hey, that's why we got Larry on here, because I had to convince him how good our defense was there, man. Hey, it took him a while. It took him, and it took my buddy Big Kev. Y'all know Big Kev, the Notre Dame fan. They was like, they didn't believe in us. I don't know how Big Kev didn't believe we shut Jeremiah Love down 33 yards.
I mean, I admit when I'm wrong. I admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong, man. I mean, I'm from the Show Me State, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Show me.
So, yes, sir. Hey,
and they showed me. They showed me.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That was a great performance by them.
Yeah, defensively it was a masterpiece. Say, how many yards rushing, Tam, you had as a team? Not enough. 7 sacks later to hold these guys to the lowest point output of their so-called high-powered offense. Look.
Yeah, they had 35 carries for 89 yards.
I've been saying this all year. And when when the fans, and I ain't talking about the Miami fans, when guys don't watch Miami, they just go off of, well, this team plays in. But they wasn't saying that about Clemson. When Clemson won national championships, they was in the ACC. They didn't say that about Florida State when Florida State went on that run before old boy got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you got a good team, no matter what conference you in, is going to show up. You know what I'm saying? And people could tell. They can look and tell and say, hey, yeah, this team built a little different. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of guys that when we dig in and we kind of understand our team, you know, because, you know, we follow Miami, of course, every day. And we know how good, like I told Eric this morning, I said, look, you got a first-round tackle, which played his ass off today. You got a first-round tackle. You got 2 guys on defense that's probably going first, second round. You got young guys with speed, and they some dogs. Like, all of them are dogs. You could just tell that they just – so when you watch that, it's not surprising to us that when they come in on the road, and a lot of people don't want to give that credit. I was telling the guy at work, they not going to be scared coming in there. You know, it just when you a dog, you ain't scared about you let everybody talk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your mindset is to come in and handle business. And I just think that a lot of the people on the outside didn't understand what was kind of going on. I think some of the pundits did, because even Nick Saban picked him on game day.
Yeah.
You know, Nick Saban, but you got to remember, he knows Mario. He was on his coaching staff. He knows Dan Lanning on his coach. He know how these guys that's coming off his tree is built and how they build a roster. And he knows when a roster is getting to the point where he's like, okay, yeah, that team could compete. You know, so and that's where we were trying to tell people is that they played in 20 mile an hour to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. Passing was going to be great. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. You saw the kicking. The kicking was terrible too. So
yeah, it was tough out there kicking. And in a way, you know what? Just in hindsight, I guess I didn't really just think that dictates how you're going to play the game too, because you really can't drive the ball downfield, you know, like you want to. So weather do dictate how you play. So it was essential that they got the running game going. You know what I'm saying? In bad weather like that, in windy weather, I should say, like that. So
especially at the end of the game to close it out. I mean,
man, but Miami has done that. They've came out the half, put that drive together at the beginning of the half, and then they closed out at the end, you know, with Fletcher busting off big runs. I know a lot of people was kind of upset in the first half because they felt Fletcher should have been getting the ball a little bit more. I guess my take on it was, I think it took a little bit of while for Dawson, the OC, to find his groove, you know, to figure out, because they was doing that double gap blitz, and it was kind of throwing them off. And then they were trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to scheme up this double blitz that they play? So, and sometimes it takes that going into the half. And I know people impatient and stuff, and they want it more. But he says their left tackle draft stock just dropped because Bain and Mesidor and company abused him. Yeah, because I think he was supposed to be a high pick. I don't think if I'm not mistaken, somebody put it in the chat, I don't know if he gave up a sack all year. Well, they gave up the fewest sacks as a team. I know they only gave up 12, I think, or something like that as a team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe less than that. I'm almost certain. You know,
some of them can't get Mizzou.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it said Reed definitely had the happy feet. Yeah, he did not look comfortable.
No, he did not.
He didn't even look comfortable throwing out that little bubble screen they were throwing. He was, like you said, Lou, he was throwing the ball behind them, and
he just wasn't. I don't know, man. I think if you're gonna do the playoff thing, don't give them a week off. Just give them the next week, like they normally do. That way they stay in stride, and you don't have no 14-day gap to play the game. Just come out and play it.
I think they did it just for health reasons. Well, you had the people. You figure Miami had 2 weeks off because they didn't play.
Yeah.
Well, both of them did. You got to remember that because of the conference championship games. That would kind of throw stuff off. So on that,
I know they were saying that Oregon. This would be their first game in 21 days. So, I mean, that's crazy.
That's crazy. He said, what about the freshman class? Fitzgerald, 600. Hey, that freshman class, I would say this freshman class as a whole is probably, I'm going to go this freshman class as a whole is the best in the nation. I think they played 4 freshmen. Yeah. I think they played 4 freshmen. And that's not even counting who they got coming in with Cantwell and Darion Coleman and the boys next year. They some dogs, you know. You got Cantwell out of our home state, Missouri, you know. You got Darion Coleman from down there. Man, they loaded.
As long as you got number 10 coming back, y'all set.
Oh, baby, Jesus does his thing, baby. Hey, he does his thing. It says all the teams in the playoffs better be nervous. The team starting to believe they can win it all. Look, we're just gonna touch on it. The Ohio State thing, and I've been getting all kinds of crazy text messages about Ohio State, and they this high-powered, unbeatable, you know, they kind of like who would you compare them to? They just think they're invincible. A lot of people think they do. I think they're very good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say they're not. I think Miami match up good with them because they physical. And I think they showing people that they not going to be scared of Ohio State. See, a lot of people get scared of that name when you play Ohio State. Miami got just as many athletes as Ohio State got. I mean,
and I think it's going to be the same kind of game that this one was.
Yeah.
13-10 defensive game.
Because Sawyer or Sayer, what's his name? Sayer?
Which one?
The quarterback? Yeah.
Sayer.
Yeah. Man, come on, man. He all right. Yeah, they try to make it seem like he was. They acting like he was Cam Ward or Shador. He ain't putting up those type of numbers. Come on, man.
He was struggling against Indiana.
Right. Our defense is probably better than Indiana's. I know people don't believe it, but I'm telling you, that Canes defense is legit. They struggling against Indiana. They gonna struggle against the Canes.
Yeah.
They acting like, oh, well, they got to bring this defense in. They better have this. This defense been like this all year. So, hey, it's just one of those things. Real talk, Canes can win the whole thing. Yeah, I agree. Yes, only averaging 87 yards. Now, when I look at Ohio State, you do got to worry about the stud wide receiver, but Heatherman always drafts a good game plan up. I think they only gave up one busted coverage, that one bomb down the sideline. Yeah. And so, I mean, he has a good game plan to try to scheme up stuff, So I'm interested to see how that works out. I'm interested in seeing that Alabama Indiana game because I honestly think Bama can get them. I don't know why. I just think they can get them, man.
I live in the state of Indiana.
I don't know.
I live in the state of Indiana, and I want Bama to win.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just being honest with you.
He said, hey, Luke, that's our average for the season. We only allow 87 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, man.
Like I said, that's my fault. I was sleeping on Miami defense. And, hey, dude, I did not know they were that good.
It happens. It says we need Bane. Bane ain't coming back. I don't think, man. And CC, they ain't coming back, man. They high first rounds, man. Smash that like button if y'all coming up in here, man. Y'all ain't subscribed to the channel. Please do there.
They first rounders. They ain't coming back.
Right. What's up now? What's up, Vic? You say Hickey Haynes. Okay, from Orlando. Okay. Glad you up in here. But yeah, so I think they match up really well. I think Bama, like I said, I'm not sold on that offense. That offense has been horrendous.
Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't run the ball. They can't run the ball.
Yeah. So
I mean, that dude had a special boot on yesterday when they was playing.
Yeah.
And he still couldn't run.
Yeah. I'm just not sold on that. So I don't know how I would take that. They say Keontae Scott balled out. He definitely should be a first. Yeah, Keontae did. I don't think he's going to go first or second round, though. I think he might go third, a little bit behind that. But yeah, that boy is stud. That boy, that whole secondary. I mean, if you watch that secondary this year from last year, that secondary last year was cheeks. Except for my boy OJ.
Oh, dude.
But other than that, they was cheeks. So and I ain't gonna do him like that. Linebacker that went to the pros, Francis. Yeah, he was good. Yeah. So but other than that, they just didn't play good as a team together. That was the thing. They couldn't cover anybody last year. And that was crazy. Say Miami left 12 points on the board today. Actually, the win, JoJo Trader's pass, he overthrew him, got caught in the wind. Malachi tip, could have easily been a blowout. Yeah,
because that punt return Malachi had.
Man.
Dude.
He was up, dog.
He tripped himself up.
Yeah, he was up. I think dude just got just a little bit of his foot just a little bit.
And I was like,
man, hey, look, I felt bad for my man when he fumbled, but hey, that's the way you come back, though. Look,
yeah,
this is the mark when I knew Miami was a good team, and I've been watching them all year. For some reason, except for I could even say in the Louisville game where they lost, they still drove all the way down the field. They just made a mistake and beat themselves. You know, the quarterback threw that pick.
Quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, so it did in the SMU game. They had, I don't even know how many turnovers they had in that game because I was traveling that day. But honestly, the games they lost, it's been because of turnovers. They really haven't went out there and put a bad performance out there this year. And it's hard to say that about every team that's been playing because Bama to put some bad performances out there. I don't think Oregon looked good against was it Indiana that they played?
Indiana.
They didn't look good at all against them. So I mean,
but I think that was them more overlooking
Indiana.
Than
I was thinking that too because I don't know. They should beat Indiana because, like I said, Penn State should have beat Indiana.
Yeah,
you know, shit. So
I know. But,
yeah,
hey, but you know what though? I thought in going back to you guys' game, I was just hoping that they didn't let Carson Beck throw that ball when y'all were down at the 10. Because I was like, do not just keep running the ball. And
I was the only thing I was worried about with the win, even though it would have been a chip shot, it's just kicking the field goal. I'm glad that Dawson decided to say, hey, look, let's go for the win.
Yeah.
Let's just try to win it here. Because I already knew a touchdown wins. That's the way I was looking at it. So, I mean, say we playing in a dome. So, I know it's at the Cotton Bowl. Yeah. So, yeah, you ain't going to have that. And
I don't know. You got Jerry Jones down there. You might try to open some doors or something.
Hey, that's only. Hey, look, he would only do that if we was playing a Texas school, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So somebody sent him a note, kind of like before the game yesterday. I swear, FanDuel's called them and told them to drop the punt. I'm like, hey, look, I've never seen nobody do that.
Dude, they can't tell me that wasn't fixed yesterday, dude.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
He had it in his hands and just. Whoop.
It says Ohio State offense gave up 5 sacks last game. They played and their defense gave up over 100 yards rushing. Yeah, look, that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm like, Ohio State ain't this juggernaut this year that everybody think they are. I mean, they play. Let me look at their schedule.
Yeah, I think their toughest game was what, Indiana?
Let's see, probably so.
And Texas.
Here we go, right here. Got it up. All right. So they played Indiana. They lost that game 13-10. They played Michigan. Michigan, decent.
Yeah, but they kind of
that was some bad weather in that game, wasn't it? 27-9.
They folded in the second half.
Yeah. They played Rutgers, trash. UCLA, cheeks.
Purdue, they only played what, 2 ranked teams?
Yeah, Purdue.
3 ranked teams the whole season.
Booty. I hate to say Penn State. The trash. I just had to say it.
Hey, I'm covering my earmuffs.
Yeah, Wisconsin, super trash. So Illinois fell off the wagon, trash.
Yeah.
Minnesota, trash. Washington was okay, but they still trash. So yeah, they ain't did nothing this year. They ain't played nobody this year, man.
No.
For them to be beating their chest like they up here, man. Look. Miami going to be an underdog in every game they play. We already know that. So that is what it is. So it says 10 or 11 sacks, Tam, you allowed. So, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I figured I thought it was 12, but it might be 10 or 11. So it says Miami whoop that trick. Miami. Oh, man, y'all crazy out there. It says you do realize the win was, we realized that. Yeah. I think a lot of time people don't realize it though, because like I say, I was looking at some of the comments out there, Luke, and you always got a certain segment, and this, just being a Penn State fan or whatever, they can't find the positive out of nothing.
Right.
You know, so they're always going to rail against even in a win. I mean, and not saying that some of the stuff is not warranted, you know, because I think some of the criticism Dawson caught, I think some of the criticism Mario Cristobal caught over the last couple of years has been warranted.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't deny when a coach comes in, he didn't get you back-to-back 10-win seasons, you know, 11 wins now.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? You can't deny that he's turned the program around. He's recruiting well. At some point, midway through the season, the fans was calling for it. I wasn't. This was a point I'm going to say I was wrong. Put them freshmen on the field and let them roll. When they did that mid-season, them freshmen went out there and started getting busy, you know, when they started doing that. Now, I think today, they knew it was going to be a physical game, and they got Fletcher back in there, and he was healthy. And you see it paid off. It says Fitzgerald, Malachi, Pringle, Josh Moore, Upshaw, all teammates. Yeah, those are all freshmen. Yeah. Yeah, all of them. Pringle, yeah. And I think it was another freshman too. What's the linebacker? He played a little bit too, but it might have been blowoffs too.
But see, letting them 5 freshmen play, keep them from not transferring.
Yes, sir.
And that's what a lot of teams should do instead of sitting there wanting to play their juniors and seniors, and then they worried about this mass exit when the transfer portal opened up.
Yeah.
That right there is a smart move.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people kind of was a little bit upset because what happened is when you start getting these freshmen playing, now you get upperclassmen transferring out because now they can't get on the field too. Because, you know, we start seeing that this year. A guy, I'm not going to say his name because guys know. But that would happen, you know, with Malachi, his talent couldn't be denied. So you knew he was going to get on the field, so somebody was going to be the odd man out. So on that, somebody got a question for you, Luke. He says, Luke, predict the score of the Penn State Clemson game. That's from Trevor.
I'm going to say 24-20 Penn State.
24-20 Penn State?
Yeah, both our running backs playing.
Okay.
So we should, you know, Allen and I forget the other guy's name, but they both playing, so we should be good. And we all know that Kale Klubnik is trash. So
yeah, hey, look, Klubnik, they had him as top 5 quarterback. They had all these guys up there, top 5, whatever, and all these guys. Man, Klubnik is trash. Played trash. He looked better going down the end of the season, but yeah, he wasn't what they said he was. Now it could be lack of talent and everything. And matter of fact, I could do a whole video about what Dabo said just about a week ago. I might do a video on that.
I think it was reading the press clippings, man. You know,
well, yeah, because they was a top 5 team.
Yeah, they got that big head, and he was supposed to win the Heisman, and he was supposed to go up in the draft, in the 1 or 2 in the draft. Yep. Dude, you can't let that get to your head. You gotta.
And they brought back 66% of their offense, their total team, and all of that stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on in that.
He didn't want to use the transfer portal.
Right.
Dude, you got to use your resources, man. It's there. Use them. Yeah.
It says Fish should feel something. He should have been a freshman All-American. Agreed. He says, I don't think Ohio State O-line I think he might have put reliable at times or liability. Or is it liability?
Yeah, at times. Yeah, because it showed in that Indiana game.
Yeah.
It showed in the Indiana game.
Yeah. Yeah. That Indiana game, they did not look good at all.
No.
It's like they got physical with their receivers. They took Williams.
Williams.
Jeremiah. No, what's his name?
No.
I think of Williams from Alabama.
Yeah.
It didn't come to me. Shoot.
Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah. There it is. Took him out the game and everything. So yeah, they were really physical with their receivers, and it was tough to see. It was tough to see. It says Indiana legit though they might be who we see in the ship. See, I'm not that, Trevor. I'm not that high on Indiana.
Me either.
I'm just being honest.
And living here in Indiana, that's all you hear.
Right.
But when you look at their schedule, and I mean, they struggled. They should have lost to Penn State, first of all. I still believe that Ohio State threw away that championship game so they wouldn't have to play Bama in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that they wanted that lower seed to try to play the lower tier team, but now they got Miami, so
right.
Jokes on you.
Yeah.
But it's just when they play them small schools, Indiana blow them out.
Right.
When they actually play somebody that plays defense and shows up, they struggle.
Yeah, struggle big time. Big time. I say Damari Brown needed for next week. Yeah. What we got? Ohio State O-line can be a liability against our front four. Yeah, I agree. I think that if this is the way I look at it, if the national media didn't know, like the casual fan didn't know about that front seven and that speed that Miami had, they know now. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't know, they know now. I mean, don't get caught up in the score and all of that. Look at the way that defense went in a hostile environment. And I always say defense travels. If you got a great defense, it's gonna travel wherever you go. The defense travels more than offense because of the simple fact of noise and all of the stuff that can come into play. So, and which I think Beck did a masterful job. A lot of people don't want to talk about. They really played kind of a clean game, except for the fumble. And I think they had one 15-yard penalty. The rest of them, I think they took a penalty for a punt that they wanted to, move the back from. But they really didn't. They really played a clean game. I think overall, let's see what they had. What they finished with, they had penalty-wise.
Yeah, they don't show it.
Let's see, team stats. Here we go. Penalties. They had 4 penalties for 30 yards.
And
then one of them was a 15-yarder, I think. So, really, I mean, one lost fumble, but that's good on the road. If you go in it and you only have 4 penalties, that's that message that you get out. What up there, orange? What's that, orange and green?
They had to clean up their third down efficiency though.
Yeah,
3 for 12 on third down.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, especially in the first half, they couldn't figure out that double zone blitz. That really was, and they was behind the sticks a lot. They was third and long a lot, and that was the frustrating part that I had watching the first half of the game, is that they were behind the sticks, and they was bringing that blitz, and they was trying to get Carson to get rid of the ball quicker because they knew he'd like to throw that bubble, and things like that. So. But then I'm like, damn. I thought to myself, why don't you run on first down? Instead of that was just throwing me off in the first half. And they figured some things out. They went back there and got behind there and started to say, Hurricane Sean says Miami 20, Ohio State 10. Do you think Ohio State, with all the offense that people claim they got, going to score 20 points on this Cane team that has that averages under about 13, 14 points a game, Luke?
Do I? No, I don't think so. I like I said, I think it's going to be another 13-10, something like that. I mean, that score might be legit right there, but I think it's going to be a 13-10. I think it's going to be a defensive game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Defense is going at it again.
I think so too. Now, once you say that, then it'd be like 24-17 or something.
What's his name? Matt Patricia from New England. He's
New England.
Over there in Ohio State.
Defensive coordinator?
Yeah, he's the defensive coordinator at Ohio State. So
they was much better when they had Chip Kelly last year.
And I forgot about that. And Ohio State offensive coordinator left.
Yeah, Chip Kelly. He was there last year.
The other one, Chip Kelly left last year. Then they had to do this year that was the offensive coordinator. He just took the head coaching job at somewhere else. He used to be the wide receiver coach, but then he became offensive coordinator this year. So he left. So they don't even have an offensive coordinator. They got somebody else calling.
He took the job at Brett Hartline. Okay, somebody put it there. Took the job at USF. Okay. Okay, yeah.
So that's a double dose of And he left right before that Indiana game too. So I don't know if they letting him coach during the bowl game or not.
I don't know. Say Damari Brown is healthy, could be a big matchup challenge for Ohio. Xavier Lucas, Damari Brown, O'Connor has size to challenge the Ohio State receivers. Ohio State hasn't faced a secondary like UM. Yeah, what I'm more impressed with the secondary this year opposed to last year. I don't like to talk a lot about last year. Is that they tackle, and they don't give up. They don't miss a lot of tackles. Last year, they missed a lot of tackles. But this year, they coming up, they keeping everything in front of them. They eyes in good position for the most part. So I think that they'll be able to curtail those receivers. Now, like I said, they probably back there working on it now. They're trying to get guys healthy. So, hey, that is. What up, Brandon? What's up, Double B? He said he's still hype. Miami got me hot. Hey, man, you was sitting up saying Miami was boring, dog, at minute. Now, I think he was mad because it was only 3-0. But I know you was amped, though, baby.
Is Damari Brown that one that got hurt at the end zone? The hit that guy at the end of the
that
game?
was Torrey. That got,
okay.
Yeah, the linebacker.
Yeah, that kind of knocked himself out.
Yeah, that was Torrey, yeah. Yeah, it says RD kept that high-powered offense out the end zone. Yeah. Hey, the funny part about that, we was on earlier, me and Bigger to E, and somebody said a shutout, and I was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna be no shutout. I said the defense gonna play well, but I thought they would at least give up, 14 to 17 points. I'm just being honest. Like I say, ain't no faking here. I thought, I just thought it would. I just thought that. But then just thinking back, I just kept going back to the averages. I kept saying this defense don't give up. They'll bend a little bit, but they usually don't break. So you can get some yardage in between the 20s on them. But when it comes times for them to make plays, like the Notre Dame game and the games they got to close out, them big dogs they got on that defensive line, they eat. They get up after you. So it says tough to watch Ohio State lose to IU in the Dome on a field goal kick. So
yeah, they missed that field goal at the end. He hooked it.
Yeah.
So and that wasn't even on win.
Yeah.
So
but hey,
beat them by 31.
We already knew that was going to happen. What's up, Nancy? Go Canes. It says Indiana was the only game they were trailing in the second half. Easily their toughest game. Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's like, and then if you look at it, Miami got more athletes than Indiana. Let's just be honest about it.
Yep.
Top to bottom, they got more athletes than there. I know they don't want to hear it over there. I'm just keeping it funky. You know what I'm saying? They got more. Now they got to be able to put it on the field, but they got more talent than Indiana. And if they struggling with them, man, come on. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a hell of a game, but I think Mario got these boys focused where he like, hey, look, y'all on the mission. You know what I'm saying? These guys on the mission now. Like I say, if they don't beat themselves, that's the whole thing. Miami hasn't went out there and really just been manhandled this year because of that offensive line and that defensive line. They've always kept them in the game all year. That line they have. So if you can get a defense that can keep you close, it's always going to give you a chance to win. It says Ohio State will be challenged physically. Neither their receivers nor Ohio State O-line has seen the size and physicality like Miami. Julian is saying it's nowhere near as mobile as Reed. Sure the hell ain't.
He gonna be a sitting duck.
Yeah, he sure ain't seen nothing like that.
He gonna be a sitting duck. He ain't lying.
Yeah, and the funny part, I wonder how they're gonna scheme that up, Lute. How is they gonna do more kind of like Miss Texas A&M where they were trying to chip, they was trying to put a tight end down there.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna have to do. But the thing was, when Texas Tech was doing it, if they chipped Bain, the dude was coming from the other side.
Mesidor, yeah. Mesidor was coming.
If they tried to block one with a running back and one with a tight end. They was coming up the middle.
Right.
They had Reed so messed up. He started throwing screen passes to people that wasn't even there.
Hey, Reed was shook. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he threw one pass. He threw one pass to the game, and I said, "Oh hell, he don't even want to play no more, man."
Yeah.
I said he don't even want to play no more. He threw that one pick at the end, and I'm thinking like, boy, that's a tight window that he would try to throw. And then that was like a tight end, the last that he was trying to get it to.
He, like I said, he threw it behind him.
Yep.
He should have. It's like he was, I want to say, like 1 second behind on all his throws. He had the window, but he tried to throw it, and by the time he threw it, the dude had already crossed where he really wanted to throw the ball.
There's not a pure pocket quarterback. They say Ohio State played all powder cakes except for Indy. It says people need to spend money, NIL money on kickers eventually. Look, we're gonna go back and say this again, Doug. That win plays a factor, man. I get what you're saying. And they did spend money because they got old boy from Texas. He came in through the portal, so they paid him a little money. So, but he got beat out. So
well, he got beat out by the dude that missed 3.
Yeah, but he been decent all year, in all honesty. So,
okay.
I'm not going. But that win was a mother today. Like I said, it was. You could tell it was affected. They passed the game and everything. And Reed didn't look like he had the arm strength to really drive the ball either. So, and that was kind of different. It says feels like this year defense hungrier and ain't giving up nothing easy in the red zone. That, Sean, and they got better talent this year. Those guys couldn't tackle me at 50-something years old last year. I'm just gonna be honest. They tackle. They could cover me now. They just couldn't tackle me. So, and there's no disrespect, but they got some dogs over there. And when you're a good tackling team, good things happen. It says
so y'all play next, y'all play on the 31st?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get to pop bottles. The future is bright. Go Canes. Hey, I agree with you there. Now, we made this statement here, Luke. I said, if Miami, or if, and this can go for any team, because I think any team that's in the playoffs, but we'll just say Miami per se, because they're going to have a run of 3 games that they have to get to where they got to go. Mm-hmm. If they make it to the national championship game, they definitely going to be a top 5 recruiting class. They top 10 now without being there. But when you start moving on in the playoffs and these young kids get to see what you're building on top of you playing freshmen, and freshmen know they get to come in and compete.
Yep. It's just like, I mean, look at the running back for Ole Miss, Lacey.
Yeah, Lacey.
He went to Mizzou last year, and they didn't play him. And now
Lacey a beast.
Yeah, and he balling out. Well, I mean, they got Hardy too, but
yeah,
you let them. Dude, if they good, if they're a true freshman, they can play. Man, let them play.
Yeah, let them play. You got some of these old school coaches and stuff. You know, like Abel and those guys. But if they can get the job done, and you see it in spring practice, like the people that follow the Canes was hearing snippets about Malachi coming out of spring ball, where they were saying stuff of like, hey, this guy, he kind of special, not tipping too much. But usually when you start getting these reports, and I'm reading these reports, and they talking about one guy specifically and how he's shining in practice, and you start hearing different things coming from other players, and I'm like, and they said that he's going to see a little work at the beginning of the season. Shit, next you know, that boy was starting. I said, damn, he came out the gate, So I said,
if he doing this as a freshman,
man,
I don't want to see what he's doing as a junior and a senior.
He ain't gonna be there. He said, I trust our offense at Dallas. Okay, yeah. He says, Clemson is ridiculous. Barry Carter was a big linebacker there, and now he leads the Bengals defense in missed tackles. Hey, I can't even do that.
Hey, at least you lead the team in something.
You're right. Oh man, I be cracking up out here, boy. I love y'all out there. Smash that like button if y'all up in here, man. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, please do. Smash that like button, especially because it helps get this out in the algorithm. I have a friend who's a Ohio State fan, and he's been telling me that TAMU played better competition than we did. The bottom half of the ACC isn't good. They played Texas and Notre Dame. They let Arkansas put 40 up on his head. But look, that's Larry could speak more to the Big Ten bias of how they look at other conferences. It's the same thing kind of with the SEC. It's kind of like the pecking order. So it's kind of the fact of like, if you ain't in the SEC, which people consider top tier, and then they'll say the Big Ten, and then they kind of fight between the ACC and
the Big 12.
Big 12, even though I think they'll say that they're a little bit better than the Big 12. But they don't think those teams can compete. But people forget, like Georgia Tech played Georgia in a dogfight at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, South Carolina got whooped, didn't they? Didn't they lose to
they got lost to Clemson, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost to Clemson. I mean, so it's talent. Louisville beat
Kentucky.
Yeah, so when they get into that whole argument there, especially the Ohio State fans, I'll try not to argue with them because they forget about history. You know, and then coupled with that, they disingenuous because they spending more money than damn near anybody.
Yep.
You getting the best talent. We just got a AD back at UM that's willing to spend money when they got rid of old Gale. So now then they went and spent the money on Mario. They started spending money, built the program up. They're able to get better players. And that's look at Texas Tech, spend money. You spend the money, you gonna get the players.
Right.
You know, so that's crazy.
I mean, when you really look at the Big Ten, though, you got Indiana that's been good for 2 years now. So I wouldn't even consider them a power.
Yeah.
You got Ohio State, Michigan, and then Penn State, Oregon. Them really your power 4 schools right there, and you can throw in Indiana right now.
Right.
It's going to take Penn State about another 5 years to get back up to that status. So I'm just going to sit back and critique everybody else's teams.
Right. Said Jeremiah had $150, 1 touchdown, and had his way with Indiana. I think the one thing how you beat Ohio State is you got to pressure the freshman QB and think, look, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Once they figure out them boys going to eat, they're going to do what they do all year. And they'll have a scheme for Jeremiah too, just like they had a scheme for Concepcion, just like they had a scheme for every other big receiver that they didn't play. You know, he might be one of the most talented probably that they didn't play, but
most definitely that.
You know, so but they'll come up with a scheme for him. Look, I'm just saying this now, Seal. Heatherman is the real deal. They better pay that man whatever they want, whatever he want. You know what I'm saying? You can't take a team that was at like number 70th, 73rd or something like that defensively and bring them to a top 10 defense. You know what I'm saying? In a year. Dang. You know, so this man know what he doing back there. He gonna come up with something to have them boys ready to play. Just like how Reed was kind of getting off them first couple of drives, running the ball, and then they got on his ass. You know, so I mean,
they had a spy on. They had a spy on the whole time, and I was like, dude, what do you?
The spy tripped. He tripped twice.
Yeah,
trying to make the tackle in the first quarter. So I think it's just one of those things. But once they got their footing, I think they was okay. It says Ohio State QB trash. His numbers should be better with all that talent surrounding him. Yeah. Yep. He got a whole bunch of talent. They say his numbers good. They tried to say he should have been a Heisman.
You might well put me as a Heisman then.
Oh, here come Big Kale. He say Tulane picked over the Irish. Stop it, Kev, man. Man, look, I told you we ain't talking no Irish, man.
Let it go, Kev. It's over, man.
All right. Hey, y'all in the chat, tell Big Kev to let it go, man. Oh, man.
Hey, I'm kind of with him, though, man. I like to see the little team get in, but, man, we all knew what was going to happen when they got in there. That's why I said have a tournament. They need to get another bracket for those teams, man, for those mid-majors.
Yeah.
Or Group of 5, Group of 4, whatever they call it.
Yeah. They need to be out. I think this year, after when you see JMU and you just seen Tulane get thumped, I think it's a wrap for that. They ain't finna have that no more. They'd rather have, the Ohio, like you say, the Alabama, nothing against you, Kev. I'm just saying right now, they'd rather had that Oklahoma, Alabama, and the Miami type games than, than have a complete blowout. So that's just how it is. And it hurts their ratings too, because it's all money.
Yeah, they just wasting $4 million.
Yeah, so you wasted $4 million. Ain't even getting your return on investment because you got Tulane in there. Say this year, Ohio State offense ain't good like it was. I agree. They had two stud backs with Junkins and
Henderson.
Henderson. Yeah, shit. They had some beats
and a decent quarterback.
Yeah. So what's up, Dave? We got some K's over here. I see you out there. It says, low scoring games be boring, but the way Fletcher ran made up for it. Yeah, man. Hey, look.
Hey.
Oh, man. Okay, let's see what Anthony got out here. He said Texas was number one and what? Because I don't forget.
He's talking about the beginning of the season against Ohio State.
Oh, okay. Penn State was number 3. Ohio, okay.
Yeah, we saw, yeah.
Yeah, Penn State was number 3.
Quit ranking them at the beginning of the season. That's what they got to stop doing. Quit ranking them at the beginning of the season.
Right. Ohio State has more speed. I don't know if you watched the Canes play all year.
They chase rabbits in Miami, dude.
Yeah, hey, I don't think. Hey, look, I mean, there's a couple of boys up there from Miami. We get it, we get it.
I ain't knocking Ohio State, but
right? For as team speed wise, I don't think they got more team speed than them. I don't think so. Maybe I'm biased on that.
Put my unbiased hat on real quick.
He said probably a few Notre Dame recruits that just transferred to the U. Oh man, hey, look, man, don't be hard on him, man. Hey, my boy, man, he having a rough year, man. He having a rough year with Notre Dame, man. He keep telling us to wait till next year. I said, man, we ain't worried about coming up there and playing in front of no touchdown Jesus. So hey, only he worried about that.
Y'all going to the game?
He tried to get, we tried to go. It says special teams might be the difference in a game like this. Malachi was key. Yeah. Well, going back to the game, that's why it's 3 phases into a game. That's the argument that we were having yesterday, I think it was yesterday, about the Alabama-Oklahoma game. Even though they did not look good offensively. We all can agree there. But it's 3 phases to the game. So if you win 2 out of the 3, you're going to win the game. Now, and each game could be deceiving because this game, Miami only put up 10 points. They can come put 40 up next week. So you can't, each week to week draws different matchups and different challenges and different, so it's just one of those things you just got to go week to week, and it's a difficult thing. It says this experience in the playoffs is the most valuable to developing of any young players moving forward. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it. All these teams.
Yeah, you get them extra practices in.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that.
Freshman.
And plus just playing on the big stage. I think it's crazy you got 2 road teams win, but I'm not shocked, that Bama or Miami went in on the road because Bama used to playing in big games. And Mario he knew what to do to get them ready to play a big game. So I just kind of knew out of those two, and I just knew that both of those guys, they big in the trenches, both of those teams. And like I said, when that trench warfare comes and you go on the road, that goes a long way, because you ain't finessing a lot of teams on the road in the playoffs. You know, you're just not going to do it. Miami was trying that early. They was trying a lot of trickery. Wasn't working. They was prepared for all of that. But when they started pounding that rock,
yeah, that was key. That was key right there when they started running that ball, because they couldn't pass it, so they started running it.
Yeah, and when they started running that, and they was running gaping holes, Fletcher was running through. It says Miami 2-0 against the SEC this year. Yeah. It says Phil Knight money in Oregon for sure. Yeah, he got big money up there. He got big money up there, boy. Hey, look, I'm saying, look, I don't knock Texas Tech. I don't knock Ohio State. I don't knock Texas. I don't knock Miami for spending that money. You got to spend money to get talent.
Yep.
I mean, it's just the way it is. But I think a lot of people from Miami got mad for, years ago when they were spending the money and the whistle got blown on them. Everybody else was still doing it. Bama was still spending money, and all these other schools were spending money. So I think that was the biggest thing that pissed a lot of people off, and then a lot of players started leaving the state of Florida,
and those schools.
Yeah, but I think Mario, he got a grip. He got some boys that's wanting to stay, So, and you need a platform like this, every school, to get your recruits to stay. To say Scott on D was a big boost. Yeah, Keontae baller. It was good to see him back out there. What's up, Stokes?
He's throwing up to you.
Yes, sir. Everyone wanted it to happen because of March Madness, but the truth is Notre Dame got beat by the Canes. Notre Dame couldn't have scheduled Ole Miss in November, or could have scheduled Ole Miss in November.
Now that's a little too late, ain't it?
Oh, I think he was probably talking about the year before, I would think.
Oh, year before, yeah, because they play that open schedule, so I don't get why they just don't schedule all Power 5 schools anyway.
Yeah, because they want that easy cakewalk. That's where the bias come in at. See, this is the thing that was ticking me off. Notre Dame could go out there and blow lesser teams out, and they make this big grandiose deal out of them blowing out teams. And then you have coaches like the coach for Pitt come on and say, I don't care if we lose by 100. I'm like,
that was crazy.
I'm like, what the heck was that? You come on before the game, a couple of days before the game, say, I don't care if we lose by 100 as long as we win our last 2 ACC games. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. I can't even fathom Mario saying nothing like that.
That's then you worry about how your team, then you supposed to be the head coach and your team gonna be like, oh, right. Coach, don't care, I don't care.
Right. I mean,
I'm not going out here and put my life on the line.
I just didn't understand that whole thinking on that. And that's what I'm saying. It's just, if you ain't going to play them, if you're not going to play your ACC schedule, they should just be gone. But what do we know? It said, do you think Miami is going to move the ball? I think he meant against Ohio State. Yeah, I think they will. They're going to find a way to move the ball. I mean, they found the way all year.
They found it on the day.
They only scored 10 points, but when you look at it, they had their chances. They can move the ball in different ways. That's what make them so dangerous. They can run when they got to run. They can run when they're running. That's a mark of a good team. And then if you're going to put 8 men in the box or drop 7 men in the box, then they can spread you out. Tam, you didn't want to get. Told you I ain't calling them Texas A&M. We're gonna call them Tam. Tam, you didn't want to get beat. That's why they was double teaming Malachi. They was trying to take him out the game and trying to go one-on-one. And if you notice, in the second half, it was 2 plays that I think when Shannon Dawson figured it out. The one time he came out, ran 4 receivers on one side and put C.J. Daniels out on the left, one-on-one. Did it, and he did it back to back. And I said, okay, see, he already know. Just use Malachi as a decoy, and let your other guys see. You got playmakers out here, so you don't have to go to them all the time. So it's saying that, like I say, a lot of people get on Shannon Dawson. Sometimes you got to get back there and get behind the scenes and see what they do. And they said, I knew TAMU was going to be arrogant enough to think they could play us straight up without doing a quick passing game like Louisville did. I think they were scared to go downfield because, first of all, I think they know their quarterback ain't that good of a thrower. What do you think, Lou?
Yeah, he ain't accurate at all. And that's what I thought. I thought they were going to do a lot more quick passing coming out of the gate, and they didn't do it. They were trying to hard-headed, man. Kept trying to run it down their throat, dude. You don't have the backs for it,
right?
You're not them. They running down y'all throat.
Right.
Your backs ain't built that way. Quick passing game. Do a little couple of read options or whatever. I don't know, man.
Hey, I listened to the head coach. I listened to his press conference after the game, TAMU's coach, and he said it. He said in the second half they was whipped on both sides of the ball, and you ain't gonna win getting whipped. And see, he took that. That's being honest, Yeah. When you come up there and you can say like, "Hey, we was whipped in the trenches," and he said before the game it's going to be won in the trenches. So, like I said, I think the national media kind of knows. You've seen people keep saying how physical Notre Dame was. Hey, hell, they damn near knocked Concepcion head off on the punt return. They hit that boy. Well, I was gonna say, Lou, that reminded me when you got hit, but
no, dude, why we got to bring that up, dude? That was over 30 years ago.
I know, but we ain't gonna, our audience don't want to hear that. It says A&M was 1 point better than Notre Dame. We were 3 points better than Notre Dame, translating to 7 points better than A&M. Oh man, it says our speedsters on defense is Fitz, Scott, Damari, and Lucas. Our 4-3-4-4 guys. Yeah, got some guys that can run. We say Carson is the weak link. I'm going to disagree.
Hey, I will agree with. I think that is the weakest link on y'all team right now.
The weakest link. I think he a steady link. I think now. If you're going to say is he the weakest out of all, like the offensive line, of course, it's our greatest strength. You know what I'm saying? Our running backs are good. Receivers are good. So, yeah, if you're going to frame it that way. But I think that when Carson is on, he is on. He ain't had that many bad games this year. He just hasn't. This today is an anomaly because of the fact of the wind and things like that. But didn't turn the ball over, played rock solid and just played within itself. They didn't ask him to go out there and throw the ball all over the field. They asked him to kind of manage it. So
he reminded me of what's that quarterback we got?
Different.
No, not our quarterback in Penn State, man, is
Drew Aller.
Drew Aller.
Yeah.
Look, he ain't been playing so long. I forgot who he was. No, but that's every time I talk to you and we talk about a game, Penn State game, I say, as long as we don't let him have the ball at the end, we'll be good. I think that's how Carson Beck is, man.
I thought he was gonna throw that sucker, then he wound up running it and then getting down. That one I said, hey man, get your butt down, man. Don't you throw that rock.
Some quarterbacks I trust with the ball, some of them I don't. And
I think if you give him time, the thing with Carson that I see watching him all year, even going back, I don't even judge last year at Georgia because they were so banged up. And they led the nation in drop passes.
Yeah.
They was dropping passes all year. So it's hard to judge them off of that. But if you give him time, he'll make the right decision. It's just when he gets a little pressured. He could get happy feet too. So, but he hasn't had that a lot this year. I think in the Louisville game, they rattled him. They rattled him pretty good. And he didn't look like they said was having fun. I think they were so conservative that they was frustrated because it's kind of like having that Porsche, you keep it in the garage. It's like, man, we got all these guys and we running these condensed formations. We got all this speed, what are we doing here? So, it's probably was a bunch of back and forth going on. He says, not against Ohio State. I'm lost in this conversation. We're gonna keep on moving on. It says,
I think he's an Ohio State fan. I think that's what it is. I think
you're Ohio State. Well, man, just say you're a Ohio State fan, man. Don't keep on trying to talk all around it, man. Look, we got all these fans up in here, man. Hey, look. If you're a Ohio State fan, just say it and stand on it, man. Don't come in here scared, man. We keep it 100 up in here, man. Hey, I have Georgia fans up in here. One of the good friends. We got Notre Dame. We got Penn State. You ain't got to be scared. We ain't going to run you up out of here. You do right. We might have you on the show one day. He said, I'm not scared of Ohio State quarterback or Georgia's quarterback. The Hurricanes defense is the truth. I agree.
Yeah.
They said, hopefully the rest of the teams be arrogant because y'all supposed to play better competition than we do. Like Saban said, we built like a SEC team in the trenches. That's what I keep saying. Hey, he knows. He plays in there. He knows. Look, Saban ain't finna bullcrap nobody. That's one thing I will say the balance of that show is. He knows what a good team look like. And sometimes he didn't went out there and said like, hey, this team looks better, blah, 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 blah. So in saying that, yeah, I just think that I don't think Ohio State is going to be, if I was a betting man, I don't think they're going to be arrogant. I think that coach might go to him, Ryan Day, and say, hey, look, you seen the kind of stuff that was going on last week with TAMU and everything. Hey, we need to do that, cut that down. It says, all right, what's up, Coach Mike? They were supposed to run 40 times that game. I agree that, the way that the conditions was.
Yeah, that win.
Yeah, I think they should have ran more. It would have made the game a lot easier for them. Yeah. Fletcher was busted off big chunks. They was already susceptible to the run all year anyway. So
now, has Fletcher been y'all starting running back the whole season?
Yeah, he was started at the beginning, then he went down, and then they brought in the freshman. Was it Pringle? And then he ran for a couple of weeks, and then he actually just came back. I forget. I don't know if he played the last game. Yeah, he played the last game, if I'm not mistaken. Because again, I'll be traveling and stuff. But yeah, he was pretty much the starting back all year until he got hurt, went down, and then they brought in some young boys, and then he had to work himself back in. A lot of people didn't think that he would because they was splitting time with him and Marty Brown. And I think for this game, it's exactly what you needed. You needed that big physical back that hit a hole one step and just go. You don't need a guy that could try to bounce it outside. Fletcher, he's just that big back. He's going to put his foot down and he's going to go. If the hole there, he's going to hit it. So these playoffs will help eliminate unnecessary losses during the regular season. We'll start beating teams we are supposed to beat. These playoff wins. Yeah, I see what you're trying to say there, Orange and Green. I see what you're saying. It's just that because that's been a knock, especially on Hurricanes, and it might be the knock on some good teams. They let down against in the regular season. They always find a way to lose one or two games. That's always been a knock that they better than. But if we want to be honest, Hurricanes should be undefeated this year. They should be undefeated. They shouldn't have lost to Louisville. They shouldn't have lost to SMU. But that's neither here or there. I'm not going to take no. Louisville played hard. I'm gonna give them their respect. But if you look at that game, they should have came down. Carson shouldn't have threw that pick at the end of the Louisville game. They should have won that game. So it says, do you think Miami will get a makeup call in this game? All right, we're gonna skip past that one. Because I don't know what to talk. How do you feel about Miami suspending Willis McGahee from the sidelines? Interesting question, because I ain't gonna even read the whole thing. But
what did he do? He did something or something?
No, So, all right, it's a little deep, Larry. So just give me a
Oh,
second,
okay.
and then I could just break it down to you. Okay, you familiar with Nevin Shapiro? He's the
Yeah,
guy that was called.
the booster.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Willis and Nevin, he be on his podcast all the time. They cool. Been cool going back in the day. Well, since they associate with each other, University of Miami suspended them from the sidelines. Now,
Oh,
how I feel about it is what Nevin does is no bearing on me.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like saying, okay, my brother was in the pen. He out now. I'm still kicking it with my brother, but since he did something wrong, I can't come to the game now. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't understand that. So yeah, I don't agree with that per se. I know a lot of people out there in the Canes Nation hate Nevin Shapiro. Hey, if you like him, you like him. I always say this: no matter what somebody does in life, don't mean that they can't speak the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? So when he speaks on certain things about the Canes, you just can't dismiss it because he was in that circle. So sometimes it's a little bit over the top. Sometimes maybe it's some bitterness, so you can't take everything that he says as a grain of salt. But some stuff he say, he be on. You know, I'm just gonna be honest. So that is what it is. You know, that's all I got to say about Nevin. Don't know him personally. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm not trying to defend anything he's doing. I just don't agree with suspending a man that hasn't done anything to the organization. You know, on that. They said Notre Dame is like the middle school bully that just ran up on a high school bully basher. Notre Dame is like men and women's sports. Oh, you want to
Boy, throwing shots on Kev.
Oh man. Hey, y'all something else out there, man. That's all I would say. Y'all something else out there. Hey, but you know what? You Notre Dame fans, y'all deserve it because y'all keep posting stuff all over social media about y'all should be in the playoffs, who y'all gonna beat, all this other crap. We'll beat this team. Jeremiah Love will do this. He putting tweets out rooting for Texas A&M. Who does that? What other player on another team you'd have lost to that team and you support that team to beat another team that beat you?
Just so you can say that you should have been in the playoffs. I guess that was his reason behind it. I don't know.
I need Big Kill to answer that question for me. How do you condone Jeremiah Love tweeting Texas A&M to handle their business, and y'all done took y'all funky ass out there and lost to him? Come on, man. Oh, man. Just stop it, man. That makes no sense, man. Hey, all right. They tried the quick game and moved the ball. The field just got shorter. Yeah. Say, yeah, hey. Stetson Bennett is who Beck reminds me of. He won 2 national championships with Georgia. Yeah, just average. Yeah. I ain't saying that he a Cam Ward. I just say he managed the ball. Since that's, yeah. I would say that's accurate comparison. You think so, Luke? Stetson Bennett?
Yeah. Stetson Bennett might have been more accurate.
Yeah, I would say that too. The 40 points. Okay. Oh, okay. I had to go back and look at that. I'll go back there in a minute.
That prior message he posted.
Yeah. It said, Tam, you had 5 teams run for 200 yards on them during the regular season, and one of the teams is 10-loss Arkansas. Yeah, and we talked about that earlier. Yeah, that when Eric was saying that they should be able to run the ball, and we thought they would run the ball, but I think, and sometimes you could outthink yourself. And I think Cheddar Dawson was probably coming in the game, I don't know personally, but maybe coming in the game thinking that they're going to try to load up to stop the run because they have been atrocious running the run defense.
Yep.
So I thought he would probably come and try to loosen them up and just get to it. But following Mario's tradition, if you watch the Canes all year, they do come out and get more run heavy in the second half. So and he's big on that opening drive of pounding it, taking a 10, 12 play drive and scoring coming out the half. Pretty efficient. So he said, this guy, he say, what is it? Aiden says, I love and hate Shannon Dawson sometimes. I don't know if I like him or not. Hey, I feel you, man. Hey, look.
Got that love-hate relationship. Hey,
look, I'm going to say this. Yeah, you probably feel this way about your OC sometimes. When you're sitting up watching the game and you seeing the flow of the game, and you're just not wondering, like, hey, this is not working, man. This scheme is not working. Now, you'll give him a pass that 1 week. Yeah, I might have won the game, might have lost the game. But then you come the next week and you do the same damn thing. Now you're frustrated.
Yep.
Now the fans calling on your tail, telling you like, damn, man, come on, man, open it up. And that's the way the Shannon Dawson was. He went through that stretch where sometimes, but again, that's OCs. OCs are very stubborn.
Yep.
I don't care who they are. They, super stubborn. So it's hard to make them change. I guarantee you, he probably got a call from somewhere saying, hey, you need to open this up. So, because they reluctant to change. So even the ones I know say Shannon Dawson has good games and then have games where he looks like he forgot how to coach. Yeah. Or he won't change.
Oh, yeah, that was Franklin this season in Penn State.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's what got him fired.
What you think Franklin gonna do at before we keep going on? What you think Franklin gonna do at Vitae?
I think he's gonna be the same. He gonna get him to 8 wins, 8, 9 wins. Same thing he did at Penn State. Okay. He didn't. I like Franklin. I thought Franklin was a good coach, but he didn't want to modernize. He wanted to stay in the past, I formation, run it down your throat. You got to put some other stuff in there. When he had Ty Warren, he was good.
Right.
He was good at that. But once Ty Warren left, it's like their whole creative playbook disappeared, and you got 2 running backs that run that ball like that.
Yeah, they got some studs back there, man. Yeah. I was really shocked that they fell off the cliff like they did. He said 2001, that's what. Okay, yeah, overtime. Yeah, do remember that game. That's payback time. It says Shannon Dawson clearly doesn't trust Beck with trick plays. We're ridiculous.
Oh, that's the makeup call he's talking about.
What's that?
When Maurice Clarett beat the 2001 Hurricanes in the.
Oh, yeah.
That's the makeup call he's talking about.
Okay, got him.
Yeah.
Hey, pass interference, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Boy, that's 24 years later.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, I'm going to limb. Say that's going to be the highest rated game next week, or when they play 31st.
Yeah,
I think it is. Miami is battle tested. Ohio State has a freshman QB who has lost 1 game. He needed to come more from behind. Carson Beck with a lead is the key for me. Yeah. But, even without a lead, because with the lead, he's more prone not to make mistakes. But one thing I could say, man, even in watching this game, people don't even understand. It was a lot of pressure. It was pressure in that game. 1 turnover could have flipped that whole game.
Yeah.
And so it was pressure the whole game. And at some points of the game, you kind of see it was like, damn, you want them to open it up, but you got to kind of be careful. You just got to, you points at a premium. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so it's interesting. So you were talking about one of the players from, okay, got him. Got him. I don't like it, but I understand Miami has big money coming through that program. Some boomers ain't having the Nevin BS, yeah. But I understand Miami has big money coming through the program.
It was McGahee situation.
Yeah, ain't having, yeah. Yeah, see that's where people get tricky. And second of all, man, Get off your damn moral high horse. Everybody in here probably do something crazy. Now we ain't doing nothing to the extent of Nevin. Don't get me wrong. But stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know that man. I ain't here to judge what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was wrong. He got convicted. He served his time. That's on him, man. So he ain't affiliated with the program. Half these cats ain't been around long enough to know how hard it was to be a Miami fan after they was blackballed, which a lot of us older people in here has been. We done been through the tough times. So ain't nobody like us tripping off Nevin no more. We happy to be where we at right now.
Right.
It says Notre Dame mad because we played ball and took their manhood. Oh, man. Boy, hey. I think Kel had tapped out, man. Yeah. I think he'd tapped out.
He went to sleep.
Yeah, he said got to improve because you don't know if the offense not scored in the red zone. Mr. Field goals, at what point do you consider going for it? I think the one he clanked off the crossbar, off the upright rather. I don't think they should have went for it on 4th and 2. I think I ought to kick the field goal because points was at a premium, at that point. So you hate to go for it. You 4th and 2 don't get no points. It was
a couple of times y'all was down there. I would have went for it. The way the defense was playing.
No, in the first half, the defense was actually playing pretty good. That's the time that he didn't go for it.
Yeah, I thought that he was going to go for it a couple of times, and then he ended up kicking the field goal. That's against what I do because I normally kick the field goal. I would have kicked the field goal, but the way the defense was playing, TAMU, they wasn't going nowhere. They wasn't going nowhere. So I would have went for it, and that game could have been put away early.
Yeah, because you already kind of knew that TAMU couldn't really. They were moving the ball a little bit, but they were only moving it because of the quarterback busted plays. They wasn't really just driving the ball. So you kind of knew how the game was kind of going. So it says Notre Dame mad because we played bully ball with them and took their manhood with some lunch money, and we played them. The score didn't dictate, but the butt whooping they took at Hard Rock. Yeah, they mad about that. I don't even know if they mad about that though, Lord, because let me say this. I ain't gonna say they're not mad. They still don't want to give Miami credit. They always say, well, we was coming back in that game. If it had been 2 minutes longer, we would have won. They always come, Notre Dame fans always got an excuse for something. They always say, if this would have happened, So, yeah, I'm just like, yeah. So it says, do this team feels like Miami of the early 2000s? Or no, not to me. Not to me. Now, I will say this. Physicality-wise, yeah, they are really, really physical. I will say that. So, but that team that put all them people in the pros, yeah, that's hard to be. That's hard to be.
Yeah, you ain't gonna never get that stretch again.
Yeah,
that was what 4-5 years,
right. Step out of here. Hold on 1 second, Luke.
Are you good?
All right, there we go.
You ain't got no sponsors, do you? Because I don't want to be drinking a Pepsi if you sponsored by
Coke. You good. You good. You good. Okay, so I get out of there. This is a question. Oh no, statement. I would take Carson back. Take Carson and Malachi over the kicker.
As far as NIL money.
No, I think he's talking about the kicking the the field goal.
Field goals, yeah.
I always say this. Situations dictate what you do. So at that point in the game, and the way the game, points were so much at a premium. In Mario's mind, 3 points could win this game. in his mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way they think it, because 3 points theoretically could have won that game.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, but I understand what he said. I'm not saying Doug wrong. I'm just trying to say just probably what he was thinking. You know, how coaches think. It's like you go down there and because you got to remember, really, they wasn't housing running the ball until the second half. I mean, that A&M was playing tough in the first quarter and a half, you know.
Yeah. First 2 quarters.
Yeah, first 2 quarters, it was 0-0 at the half. So you got to give them some credit. You know, it says Pat Fitzgerald is the best freshman safety in the country. Yeah, I would say he actually was out there clowning. It says okay, yeah, that's it there. But yeah, so now the Oregon game hasn't started yet, right?
Yeah, it started.
Okay, so we're pretty sure Oregon gonna run JMU. They should run them. We're gonna move into the next round. Next round, you're gonna have, of course, you're gonna have Ohio State, Miami. You're gonna have Bama and Indiana, right? No,
Bama, Indiana, yeah.
Yeah. Who does Ole Miss play?
Ole Miss plays Georgia.
I don't think Ole Miss going to be able to do anything with them.
Nah, me either.
I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with them. So,
I mean, they quarterback got hurt today and they running back did at Ole Miss.
Yeah, I thought the quarterback came back in, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but the running back, that's a big loss.
Yeah.
If he can't go, because do they play next weekend? No,
they play January the 1st.
So 2 weeks.
They play that Thursday. Y'all play that Wednesday on the 31st.
Okay.
And then they play that Thursday.
Right. So not this Wednesday, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 weeks here. Week and a half or whatever. So yeah. So we got some good games coming up. I would say prediction wise, let's go down through predictions. Let's start off with Miami, Ohio State.
That's supposed to be the last game.
Oh, Texas Tech. He said somebody say Texas Tech is weak. Who Texas Tech gonna play?
They play the winner of James Madison in Oregon.
Okay, let's start off with that game. If they get through there,
I'm gonna take Texas Tech.
You know what? I've been telling people about Texas Tech. A lot of people. Somebody's just putting here that Texas Tech is weak. They got some skilled players. Now, granted, again, it's one of those things people gonna say who they play, but when you look at them, they are pretty explosive.
Yeah.
Pretty explosive.
And they spent their NIL money. They spent their NIL money the right way.
Yeah.
They didn't put it. They got pieces where they needed them, and I like Texas Tech.
Yeah. And Indiana, Bama.
I'm going with Bama.
Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss. Yeah, I take Georgia.
I'm gonna go with Georgia.
And then, of course, Miami and Ohio State. You can say Ohio State.
I'm not picking Ohio State. I'm not picking Ohio State. I'm not picking Ohio State. I'm a Penn State fan, and I don't like Ohio State. So.
Okay. All right, then. Hey, that is what it is. It says Texas D-line is built like Miami's. Yeah, I'm gonna say Texas Tech D. They got some dogs over there, man.
Yeah, and they had that linebacker that was in the running for the Heisman too.
Yeah, and I like that little running back they got too.
Yeah, that running back, the quarterback.
Nice. Yeah, he's nice.
Got some nice little receivers.
Yeah. So yeah. Now it's gonna be interesting, like I said. Now, granted, they ain't faced the kind of talent that they're facing in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And you got to go back-to-back weeks against facing this kind of pressure. So yeah. I do like them. That's the thing when you got to go back-to-back and you got to have depth because guys getting hurt. If you ain't got the depth, then that can hurt you too. You know what I'm saying? So we're lucky because, Miami's lucky because they are deep. You know, they got guys, even though they playing freshmen, they got guys behind them that could come in and play offensive line, defensive line. Well, not so much of the offensive line, but defensive line wise, they got they got some guys they can rotate in. So
Yeah.
yeah. But other than that, man, I think we're gonna wrap this up today. Hey guys, we appreciate you guys tapping in with us, man. We're gonna come back. I don't know. But just look out. I don't know when we're gonna come back. Probably next week. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And once again, it's always about the you. You got any questions, you can send me an email at zoneandsports@gmail.com. Any questions, any topics you want me to cover, just send it to me there. So, and I'll take care of it. All right, thank you there, Five Rings. We out.
Five Rings.